Will Salva with an NFL Network up-to-the-minute update. Cowboys rookie running back Ezekiel Elliott returning to the field for a walkthrough on Monday. A sore hamstring has sidelined Elliott, keeping him out of the team's preseason opener against the Rams. For more on Elliott and the Cowboys, let's head to Oxnard, California, and that's where we find our very own Jane Slater. And Jane, just how close is Ezekiel Elliott to actually practicing?
Well, some good news. It looks like he's going to be returning to the practice field for some action this afternoon. You know, as you said, we haven't seen him in 2 weeks. Back on August 2nd, he suffered some hamstring tightness at the end of practice. And, you know, the Cowboys have dealt with soft tissue injuries in the past. It was a real issue for them, and as a result, they keep telling us they're being very deliberate in their approach to this. Ezekiel Elliott was not a participant in the Cowboys' first preseason game against the Rams. And because the Cowboys have got just 2 practices left before they head back to Dallas for their second preseason game against the Miami Dolphins, action in that game still unclear. But the good news is Ezekiel Elliott will be returning back to practice.
You know, meanwhile, another Cowboy that's getting a lot of attention is also another rookie as well, Dak Prescott. And what are the chances that he's going to be the number 2 quarterback behind Tony Romo when it's all said and done?
Well, I will tell you that his chances are getting better by the day. You know, it's a unique situation here in Dallas when you keep talking about the backup quarterback. But that's because you have to think about the situation they had last season. Without Tony Romo, the Cowboys went 1-11. And coming off of his preseason game where you saw Dak Prescott having a pretty impressive rookie debut, they can't help but sing his praises. And we've seen no veteran quarterback signings so far. In fact, look at this. Since 2006, the team has opted to put a veteran behind Romo. In fact, of the team's 5 different primary backups, the youngest was Kyle Orton at 29. Prescott just turned 23. You know, Prescott is the first QB drafted by the Cowboys since 2009 when they signed Texas A&M's Stephen McGee. He was the Cowboys' only backup quarterback with a winning record, and might I point out, in that one, he was 1-0. I will tell you that Dak Prescott continues to earn the recognition and the praise of some of these veteran guys like Dez Bryant. After the game, Dez said, quote, "You either got it or you don't," and Dak's just got it. So I would say right now he's pretty safe.
Absolutely. Boy, bringing up Stephen McGee, that is a name I've not heard in a long time. The Cowboys host the Dolphins Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can see it right here on NFL Network. Thanks, Jane. And now, with more on the Falcons, we head to Flowery Branch, Georgia, and that's where we find our very own Tiffany Blackman. And Tiffany, Dwight Freeney is one of those guys now in Atlanta, obviously brings a lot of leadership there. How's he fitting in so far?
Well, as for Thursday's game, Will, he actually says he wants to knock some of that rust off and get in there. But Coach Dan Quinn, he told us that he doesn't think Freeney will play much, maybe a quarter, but they want to get him in on those pass rush situations. Now, you mentioned that he was a leader, you know, not only bringing him here to help with the pass rush, but he has that veteran presence. And he's become a mentor to some of these younger guys like a Vic Beasley. Freeney said that Beasley is a tremendous talent and that his upside is amazing. And he added, "I'm going to try to do as much as I can to help him." And I told Freeney today that Beasley had been watching a lot of video of him, a lot of film on how to do his spin move prior to when he got here. I asked Freeney how that made him feel. He said old with a laugh, but I did get to catch up with Vic, and he told me that Freeney has already given him some tips on how to do that spin move that he wants to do.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, they have Alex Mack now. They acquired him from the Browns. What kind of impact has he had on this team thus far?
Today, Coach Dan Quinn called him a real addition, and he said that he has been a huge help at the line of scrimmage in terms of communication as well as in meetings, too. And I got a chance to speak with Mack, and being that he was in Kyle Shanahan's offense before, he told me that he's been able to pick up on some things rather quickly. And he pointed out that for the guys that have already been here, they're going into year 2 now, that now they can start to move on to some of that next level stuff. That second level stuff, because they're familiar with it.
And, of course, Alex Mack will be visiting his old teammates here on Thursday. Tiffany Blackman live for us in Flowery Branch. Elsewhere, Chiefs running back Jamal Charles coming off the PUP list today will practice on a limited basis. Charles is recovering from a torn ACL that caused him to miss most of last season.